Hi guys, in this video I'm going to talk about chatbots, specifically Copilot Pro. We'll go over what are the best practices to use them and what is the best time to use a chatbot versus a search engine, and what are the different capabilities that Copilot Pro has on its core. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Pedro Morgan, a PhD student in computer science, and this channel is AI Fun Fact for All, where we talk about AI and machine learning in our everyday life in a simplified way. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first, let's see the Copilot Pro benefits and what it has in the Copilot free version and in the Pro version. So as you can see, it is $27 user per month. It comes with lots of different benefits inside the Office app, and as we can see, what we can do in here, we have a 1 month free trial. So I go over that how we can enable this in another video. I put the link in the end of the video. And then so we see that what we can do, we can use a Copilot inside the web, in the mobile, and Microsoft Bing or Microsoft Edge. So it both available in the free version and the Pro version. And also you can do your AI powered search engine. So for example, doing a search with the text, voice or images. And then we have access to GPT-4 Turbo. The only difference is that inside your Pro version, you will have a priority access. However, in the Copilot free version, you only have accesses in non-peak time. But I would say that there is another limitation, which is the length of the text. So the length of the text is very limited compared to when you can use it inside the actually ChatGPT. So the context window is actually very limited in the GPT Copilot. And then you can use plugins in both of them. You can create and edit images in both of them. The only difference is that you can create 100 images, but inside the free version you can only do 15. And these are the different benefits that we have in the Pro version. So you can access to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook and OneNote. So I have created separate videos for each of them. I will put the link on the end of the video so you can watch how you can get benefit for each of these components. And then you can also create, rewrite and edit, summarize the documents. You can do it to streamline your inboxes. So with the Outlook, elevate your presentation. Let's see what we can actually do it inside the Copilot itself. So if we go to the copilot.microsoft.com, we see that in the beginning we have this Pro a tag on the top, which actually shows us that we have access to the Pro version. So on the top, what you can do, you can change the appearance to dark if you want, and or come back to the light version. There are different Copilots, GPTs in here, same as the GPT-4 ChatGPT. But unfortunately, the thing is that it is going to be retired. So they are going to say that basically there is an end of support for the GPTs. So by the July 10th, they are going to actually permanently suspend it. So we don't have access to the Copilot GPTs anymore inside the Copilot Pro, and they're going to focus more on to the enterprise rather than the consumer GPTs. But it was a nice place where you can actually design a specific version of GPT for yourself. So in here, a few of the popular ones are the designer. So designer is a place that you can actually generate nice images. It will use the DALL-E 3 in the backbone. You can do vacation planner, cooking, fitness, and you would be able to create your own version, but however, as I mentioned, they are going to suspend it. The other thing is plugin. So the plugins are the things that can be added on to your basically chat and enable you the different capabilities. For example, the most important one is the search, which is basically when you are doing your search in here, your knowledge or the source of the question is not going to be limited only to the knowledge that the LLM has. It can also search the internet by the Bing and get the information, more information. You can access to Instacart, so if you enable it, you can ask about recipe, meal plans. The kayak, you can search flights, so you can find the flight that you want. For example, Klarna for different shopping, Open Table for the restaurants, and then shops if you want to get, for example, the different products, and finally Suno if you want to create a song. And then there's also 3 options in here. So there's a creative option when you want to generate something and you don't want to be very specific, and then the precise one is the one that you want to get basically the most factual information. So both of the creative and precise will use GPT-4, but the one in the middle is the one that is going to be faster in response and is not using GPT-4. Now I want to answer the very important question on where to use a search engine and where to use a chat. So it is really important to differentiate between these 2 tasks because they cannot be used interchangeably, and each of them are actually good on their specific task. I'm going over this benefit so you understand that based on the task that you have, do you need to do the search engine or you actually need to do it in the Copilot. Let's see a few of the benefits or cases that search engines can actually be very useful. The first one is when you are looking for news. So let's say you want to get the latest information or event or something that is happening. For example, you want to know what was the result of the football match that happens like yesterday. So for these type of questions that is related to the news or something that happens very recent, the LLMs or ChatGPT or any other large language models wouldn't be the best choice for you because those have a specific knowledge that there is a knowledge cutoff because, for example, they were trained onto some specific dates in the past, and then they don't have any information from that knowledge cutoff onto the current date that you're asking the question. So it is definitely wouldn't have any information for that, and that's why it's tried to come up with some hallucination, which means that some responses that are not correct. The other way is when you want to do some deep research. So when you're doing deep research, you want to look at the different resources and compare them. When you do a deep research inside Chatbot, it would be biased because you are going to only look at the top information that the LLMs is going to give you, and you wouldn't be able to see the different, for example, results and different opinions from it. And also not very good in terms of providing you the resources of that response. However, as I mentioned, LLMs are trying to solve this, especially like the Copilot Pro will try to give you some resources for the response so you can search where the results came from. But generally speaking, LLMs are not good in trying to find where their source of knowledge come from. So if you are doing an in-depth research, I wouldn't suggest going to a chatbot. And the last one is comparative analysis. For example, when you want to compare different viewpoints, for example, you want to shop something, or you want to purchase a ticket, or you want to do like you see different opinions about something, that would not be a good idea to look at a chatbot, because those are trying to provide you a precise and one-shot response rather than some different opinions. So for that, definitely a search engine would be a better option. But however, there are some cases that chatbot are actually very useful. The first one is factual information. So if you're asking for some factual information, such as, for example, what is the degree that the water would boil, or some other question that are factual, the best result you will get is from the LLMs or chatbots, and the reason is because you're looking for some one answer, and that specific answer, there's only one right answer for it. So that's why since LLM will try to find one answer for you, so then you don't need to look for other information, and there might be some misinformation inside the search bot, so then you might get misled. So that's why if you're looking for some factual information, definitely the chatbot is the way to go. And then if you want to have some creative questions, so for example you want to brainstorm an idea, or you want to know that for example how to write, for example, some topic that you want to look for some creativity, basically you won't be able to get it as much inside the search engine, because the search will just return you the result that already exists and doesn't provide you with so much of creativity when you are looking for some problem solving. So you have a specific problem and you want to know, like, step by step, what are the different logical approaches in order to tackle that problem. That can be, for example, a coding problem, that can be a math problem, even though like the LLMs or ChatGPT wouldn't be able to provide you with the final response. Both of them, like in the coding or the math problem, those are not the best way to get the result. Same as like the search bots also is not the best way to find the mathematical question or the coding, but they can provide you with the step-by-step strategy on how to solve it, and then later on you can use, for example, a program-aided language or PAL, or for example a plugin to actually come up with a solution. So if you are looking for an algorithm or a step-by-step approach in a problem-solving way, definitely the chatbot is the best way to go. So now let's talk about the search capability of the images that we can get benefit inside the Copilot Pro. So let's say there is a mug that I see somebody has, and then I took a picture, and now I want to see that where I can find it and then possibly buy it. For that, I will come here to the plugins, and then I will enable the shopping, because I'm looking for a specific product, and then I will convert to precise, and then I'm gonna paste the image of that cup, and then I'm gonna ask it to find the best deals for this product, and then I'm just gonna search. So I just have a picture of this, right? And then it will try to analyze the image and then try to find, based on this shop, try to find the product that has this. So as you can see, it finds like a different result, and if I click on them, I see that it actually is the actual correct product, and then it provides me different links. Now let's say I want to create a music. So for that, I don't want to shop anymore, I want to work with Suno. So for that, I need to create a new topic. I will create a new topic. I unselect this one and select this one for Suno. I'm gonna say that create a pop rock about the dog floating in a river. So I'm gonna click and then wait for the response. So as you can see, it is using the Suno app and try to come up with a pop song for us. So as you can see, it's created around like 1 minute of this music. Let's listen to it.
River moves the dark so slow. Slowly swaying the river's hold. Darker dreams drifting bold.
Now, let's say I want to generate an image. So for that, I'm going to go to the chat and then go to the designer where I would be able to create this. So I'm going to say generate a dog that is listening to music while the penguins are marching. So let's see what we can get. So here is the different pictures. I selected this image and now I can actually select different objects from it. For example, I can select this and then say that blur the background. So kind of like blur everyone else. Or I can either say looks good or say undo. As a last step, let's try to write a report with Copilot. For example, I'm going to talk about dollar cost averaging in investment. So I will first try to tell you what is not the best way to write a report, and then I will shortly after tell you what is the most effective way of writing a report. So for that, let's create a new topic, and we're not going to be inside the designer. I'm going to choose the Copilot, and I'm going to go inside precise. This is not the best way to do it, and we're gonna see that what is the reason. First of all, there is some level of being vague in the response. So I'm not specifically mentioning what is the thing about this topic that I'm interested in, what I want to talk more about, what is the target audience about it, what is the topic that I want to focus more, and what are the things that I'm not interested in. What is the better way to do it? So when you are yourself trying to write something, you don't start like this. You don't start from the very beginning and try to write it. It's not gonna work better. So what will you do is that you try to first plan something and then try to write different steps. So when you are planning, you will also need to make sure that you are understanding different things. So you need to also make sure that the large language model also understands too, so you have a same grounding. So it is very important to provide some clarifying questions so you know that you are trying to answer the same thing. And then when it is finished, when you are finalized with the outline, then you can try to write different sections. I'm going to write something like this. You are an expert in stock analysis and financial advice with more than 20 years of experience. So this is the setting. Then I'm going to say you have read the book by Warren Buffett and you obtained the required knowledge. This is trying to fire some specific of the information so we get the relevant results. I want to create a report about the dollar cost averaging and for an audience of young adults with little to no knowledge, and tell them why it is important to have that and what is the snowball effect. I want it to be backed up by data. So now first try to ask 3 clarifying questions. So at first we want to know that we are on the same ground. So we want to ask we wanted to ask us some clarifying question about the report, and then based on the answers we wanted to generate an outline. So not the report yet. After even that, we wanted to generate the outline and then want us to confirm it and then finally try to generate the response. So as you can see, it is asking us 3 clarifying questions. So let's try to answer them. So I provide some quick responses for them. It is basically very different on your question. And then after that, it will try to come up with basically the outline. Perfect. It's asking us to look at it and then finalize it. So for example, we see that in the beginning, let's start with your introduction, brief overview, importance of investing, understanding dollar cost averaging, what does that mean? So definition, how that works, the benefit of dollar cost averaging, reducing, practical examples, the snowball effect, how it works, why dollar cost averaging is a good strategy, data backed up, comparison, and conclusion. So for example, I try to say that, try to include the section 4 as an example of the dollar cost averaging benefits in section 3. So I update it. And then now I'm going to say that now write the first, for example, 2 chapters. Why this is important? So the reason we are asking it to write the first 2 chapters is that if we ask it to generate too much, it will try to provide a basically general response. So you don't want it to generate all the response at once, but rather you want it to have the response one by one, so it gets more into details. So as you can see, it is updated the outline and it has actually created the first two sections. But right now these were like very short, but it was okay because I didn't want to go too much detail into the introduction. But in here I want to go into too much detail, so that's why I asked it. So in section 3 it tried to actually give us more detailed responses, and whenever I want I can also go ahead and change it. When this one is finished, now I can ask it to provide the last section and list all of the resources that you use in order to provide the information. So when it's trying to provide the last one, and it also provides us to come up with the resources that it uses. It provides us the different images. They're not the best one, but not bad. And it also provides us the links of references, so I can go ahead and take a look for further information. And there you have it, guys. It was a quick overview of the best practices for the Copilot Pro and how we can actually provide the better responses for any LLM, not just Copilot Pro. If you want to get more information on the list of the prompts, you can take a look at this video. And if you want to look at the series of the videos that I created for the other Office apps, you can take a look at the video. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and see you until the next one.